Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel once again, Global Football View, the channel that keeps you up to date with all things football. And we are back on the show, the Whistle Watchdog, where we'll take a look at the referee decisions in the English Premier League and see if they have made a right decision or they have made a wrong decision. But first thing first, like this video. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section the game you watched and the controversial decision you saw throughout the weekend of the Premier League game. And without wasting much of the time, we just got to dive into the video proper. And the first game we'll be talking about is a game between Manchester United versus Brighton. That game took place at Old Trafford, which is the theatre of dream. Manchester United lost that game by 3-1 in that match. But the major talking point from that game was the second goal of Brighton, which was disallowed. Brighton were judged to have fouled Diego Dalot in the build-up to the second goal by Joao Pedro. And the goal was actually given as a goal by the referee of the day, Peter Banks, but the VAR team called him to take a look and see if he would change his decision. And rightfully so, Peter Banks went to VAR hub and watched the replay, and you can see from the replay that truly Diego Dalot was kicked before the ball fell to Joao Pedro, who slotted the second goal, and the goal was rightfully disallowed, and the game ended in a 3-1 win for Brighton. But we can clearly say Peter Bank and the VAR team got that decision spot on, and kudos to them for using the VAR well, because that's what the VAR is there for, to make correct decisions. When you make correct decisions, fans and punditry and players and coaches would not be complaining or cussing if you're making the right decision. So we'll say Peter Banks got a decision spot on, and it's over 10 performance from me from Peter Banks throughout the game. And the second game which we'll be talking about was the game between Chelsea and Bournemouth. That game took place during the midweek where Bournemouth at Chelsea to a 2-2 draw in that game. Chelsea equalizing in the dying minute through their keeper, Reece James, through a free kick to salvage a point from that game. But the biggest talking point from that game was the foul by Dan Brooks in that match, which we all thought was a violent conduct and he should have been sent off. But what the referee Rob Jones did was give the player a yellow card. Unfair decision was a yellow card, but Rob Jones was called by the VAR team to come and review his decision. But whenever the referee goes into the VAR, most especially they come back with going to. So whenever the referees are called to the VAR hub, they tend to side with the VAR team. But the referee of the day, Rob Jones, decided against that, and I find it so surprising that the referee has been called to the stand to come look at the decision, and he stood by his unfair decision, which for me is not a bad thing for you as a referee to stand by your decision. I'm not against that. But on this particular case, we can clearly see that Dan Brooks pulled the Chelsea player down. I think there was a contact with the hair of the player. So Cucurella, that's the name of the Chelsea player that was pulled down, and it stopped a promising counter attack. So which I think was a violent conduct and he should have been sent off. But what I don't understand was the referee Rob Jones gave a yellow card to Dan Brooks. So he was called to the stand to come and review his decision. He went to the stand, came back, and issued a yellow card again to Dan Brooks. So my confusion is, if you are issuing a second yellow card, that should be a red card, because on field you already gave the player a yellow card. But I would like to hear this conversation with Dan Brooks in that passage of play, because he was clearly speaking to Dan Brooks. So I would like to know what was said to Dan Brooks, or was he trying to tell Dan Brooks that, you see, the yellow card I've given to you is still what I've given to you. I'm not giving you a second yellow card, which automatically turns into a red card. So we'd like to hear what the referee was saying, because in my opinion, that should be a red card, not even a second yellow card, but it should have been a direct red card. And in my opinion, referee Rob Jones got that decision wrong. And if I have to rate him based purely on that decision, I will give him a 2/10 for making that decision wrong. Because if he has given the red card, Chelsea wouldn't have lost the 1 point, 2 points, wouldn't have dropped 2 points in that game because they ended up drawing that game by 2 goals apiece by the two teams. So referee Rob Jones, in my opinion, got that decision wrong. And the last game, which we'll be talking about, was the game between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Arsenal were leading that game by 2 goals to nothing. Martinelli and Kai Havertz giving Arsenal the lead in that game, but they were pegged back to a 2-2 draw in that game. But the major talking point from that match was the action that took place in the dying minutes of the game, where Mikel Merino struck a ball that was clearly going into the net, and the ball looked as if it hit Kai Havertz on the hand, but from the replays I've watched over and over again, it clearly shows that the ball hits Kai Havertz on his stomach. So my question for the VAR team, why was there not a forensic auditing on that goal? Because you can use 30 seconds to clear that and say it was an obvious ball, which we are still debating up to now. And my confusion is this: the VAR and the PGMOL tells us that whenever there is a decision that is not clear and obvious error, they tend to side on with the on-field decision. And the on-field decision of that day was a goal. The referee and the linesman awarded the goal because they didn't see the contact, that they didn't see that the ball had struck Kai Havertz in the hand. So my question to whoever was in the VAR, how is that a handball? And why wasn't the handball scrutinized properly? Because from the review you guys gave, it clearly shows the ball didn't struck Kai Havertz in the hand. Unless you're telling us that you have seen a footage that the ball clearly struck your hand. But I would like a situation whereby the VAR or whoever is running the replay show to the fans where the ball struck Kai Havertz in the hand. Because for me, I think that decision was wrong. And the most annoying part was that the decision wasn't really scrutinized by the VAR team. So Reverend Chris Kavanagh had a shock of a game, and in my opinion, I think he had a 1/10 rating if I have to rate Chris Kavanagh for his performance against Arsenal and Aston Villa, which ended in a 2-2 draw. So that's all from me, guys. And let me know in the comment section if you agree with my take on the referee decision over the course of the weekend. Because this week there wasn't really too much controversy, but the little we have the score. Let me know in the comment, do you think Joao Pedro goal against Manchester United was rightfully disallowed? And do you think I have at goal should have stand, or do you think that Dan Brooks should have been sent off? Let me know in the comment section. Till I meet you again, stay safe.